Hello everyone, and welcome to Roaming with James. I'm glad to have all of you with me for another trip report. In this episode, we're checking out Delta First Class, with a stayover in the TWA Hotel, starting at JFK Airport. This is the first of a two-part series to ride Amtrak's California Zephyr from Denver to San Francisco. We start the day before by taking the air train to the TWA Hotel, located at JFK's Terminal 5. When I filmed this in December 2025, there was a fair bit of construction going on. Normally, I would have been able to access the hotel from Terminal 5, but due to the construction, the connecting bridge was closed. I don't mind a walk, but boy, it was really cold on this December evening. Let's get into the hotel and get checked in. I'm staying in room 618, a quote-unquote deluxe king room. It's worth noting that all standard rooms at the TWA Hotel are considered deluxe. The first thing you'll notice when entering the room is the large windows. Unfortunately, the only thing I have a view of is the departures curb for Terminal 5. The king bed appears plush and clean. Behind the bed is a large desk with outlets and TWA branded items like a notepad and a large cup full of pencils. Moving on to the bathroom, there's a large lighted mirror, a single-person vanity, the toilet, and a large walk-in shower. The room features these electric motorized window shades, which I found rather interesting. It was starting to get pretty late, so by this time I figured, let's start exploring. The main communal space of the hotel, formerly the head house of the TWA terminal, features a classic split-flap departure board, a bar, and a cafe for purchasing food. This was the beginning of a vacation for me, so I figured there was no better way to start than by ordering a cocktail. I ordered the Paper Plane, which is a mix of bourbon, Aperol, and lemon juice. It was very good, but I will note that these cocktails are $19 a piece. That's a little bit pricey. Being the plane geek that I am, I was mesmerized by the Lockheed Constellation sitting in the courtyard, so let's head out and take a look. This is a 1958 Lockheed Constellation that the hotel had converted into a cocktail lounge. The bar was closed this evening because of a private event, but they did allow us to take a look at the airplane before the event began. This was a really spectacular part of the experience, but I was slightly upset that I couldn't experience the bar. As a consolation, let's head up to the observation deck of the hotel, where you can see some of the ramp and plane spot here at JFK. From this deck, you can see the combined Terminal 4 and 5 ramp, showing some interesting planes like Emirates A380s all the way down to JetBlue's A320s. It's starting to get late, so let's head into the restaurant and grab something to eat. The menu was rather limited, so I ordered something simple, chicken tenders and french fries. I also ordered an espresso martini to continue to set the vacation in the right direction. The food and drink options at this hotel are not cheap, and there's nothing else nearby or available, which is kind of a poor business practice. Downstairs in the head house, there is a 24-hour cafe, but again, this is incredibly expensive for what I deem to be rather low-quality food. For $23, I got this chicken pesto panini and a bottle of water. To add to the fact that everything is overpriced, none of the rooms included anything as simple as bottled water, and for $325 a night, that is appalling. Overall, the value of the hotel is not worth it for a regular stay. As a one-and-done experience for the classic aviation novelty, it may be worth it for you. As someone who lives in hotels nearly full-time, if you're looking to stay simply from the perspective of being a good hotel, there are better options available at JFK. Let's head back to the room and get some sleep. We have an early flight out to Denver. Good morning. It's an early morning here in JFK, so let's head over to the air train and get to Terminal 4 for our flight to Denver. Terminal 4 is pretty empty this early in the morning, which is good for me. Let's get through security and over to the Delta Sky Club. The Sky Club, as always, was relatively packed this morning. I tried to stick to light snacks because I wanted to enjoy the service offerings on board. I was granted admission to the Sky Club only because of my American Express Platinum card. This was not included with the first class fare. It was pretty difficult to find good seating, but I managed to find an area with some great plane spotting views. After a short stay of only about 20 minutes, I was ready to head to the gate. We're flying on November 527 Delta Echo, a 2.5-year-old A321neo built in June 2023. I timed my arrival pretty well, and because of that, we were ready to board immediately in Group 1. The cabins on these Delta A321s are all practically brand new, and have that new airplane smell. It's a short walk to our seat, 4A. I really am a fan of the Delta product. The seat is large, comfortable, and clean. There's plenty of legroom here in first class, and a large tray table for meals. Onboard power is provided by one universal outlet behind my right arm, and the headrest is very comfortable. As we got ready to push here in JFK, I was asked what I would like for my meal, and offered a pre-departure beverage. I always go for Coke Zero. The IFE screen is large and has a wonderful UI design. It's one of my favorite onboard IFE systems on any American airline.
Each window exit, which can be used to assist in a water evacuation onto the wing. If you are wearing high heels, please remove them first.
We just completed our pushback, so let's get set and get ready to take off for Denver.
Instructions and leave all bags to avoid slowing the evacuation.
We're offering fast, free Delta Sync Wi-Fi.
It's a short taxi out, and after no time at all, we're lining up for takeoff. Let's listen to the fantastic Pratt & Whitney 1100G engines roar on this departure. This was a beautiful departure out of New York, and it looks like it'll be a smooth flight to Denver. As we were climbing out of the New York area, I started to look for something to watch for the next 3.5 hours. I'm not a big fan of watching movies on the IFE, so I opted to just play on my phone instead. After almost no time at all, the flight attendant came over to me and asked to set my table. It's time to eat. I ordered the frittata with a side of bacon, spinach, and cherry tomatoes. It also comes with a croissant and Greek yogurt. The egg was cooked nicely. It was firm, hot, and didn't taste like it was prepared on an airplane. The bacon, on the other hand, was disappointing. Overall, the entire meal experience was pleasant. I always enjoy riding in first class on Delta. They are consistent with their service and never left my drink empty. Riding in first class really does make the flight feel shorter. After what felt like minutes, we were descending into Denver. Before we watch the landing and go into the analysis of our experience, I want to thank all of you for watching and hope you'll come back to watch my review of Amtrak's California Zephyr. There are some really interesting planes here at the FBO in Denver, a Dornier 328 jet and a Metroliner operated by Key Lime Air. It was an incredibly short taxi to the terminal. From touchdown to getting into the gate, it was only about 8 minutes. Let's take a look at what I spent on this trip and the value we received. For this journey, I paid a total of $527.76. That's to travel 1,625 miles at a cost of 32 cents per mile. Let's go ahead and score this trip. The lounge on this trip was not included with the first class fare, so I have to give Delta 0 points for this. The seat in Delta First was incredibly comfortable. The entire trip I had plenty of legroom. I'm giving Delta a 10 out of 10 for this. The catering on this journey was good. I wouldn't go as far as saying great, but it was good and I had no complaints about the food. This takes 7 points. Finally, the service. I was extremely pleased with the crew on this flight. They were attentive, welcoming, and never left me hungry or thirsty. I'm happy to give them 10 points in this category. Here comes the final rank. For reference, a value of 4 points per dollar is a perfect score. 27 points in 4 categories with a $527.76 fare brings us to a rating of 1.6 stars. Not perfect, but remember, I use a value per dollar model. If you're looking for a good experience and money is not a factor, I would recommend it. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope you enjoyed the review, and hope to see all of you back for my review of the California Zephyr coming to this channel soon. Please share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.